what I think's also appearing in our country now, which I know you've been dealing with in America for quite a while, is a real division within families around having this kind of conversation. There's so much polluted information now that we're getting around these fires. There's so many different arguments from arsonists doing it. It's the lack of burning that the Greens did. So can you just talk maybe about how people can handle those situations, those awkward family conversations at the dinner table, and what's the best way to go about that, as opposed to, I guess, professing your views? Is there a way that you can lead the conversation in a better way?
It's not, do we express our emotional response in relationship with what's happening? It's how we do it. And how can we do it in ideally, I mean, no one's perfect, but ideally in a skillful way. The polarization, the resistance, the defensiveness is all really about anxiety and fear and when people feel threatened. And so if we just take that as a given that that's what's happening, that's what fuels disconnection, that's what fuels these polarized kind of relationships and dynamics, then it really leads us to think more into, well, how do we conduct ourselves in ways that are disarming, that promote connection versus disconnection. I think acknowledging also, like, you respect the other person's right to feel however they want to feel. We often are driven by so much urgency. The stakes are so high. We care very deeply. Just like a clinician working with, say, an alcoholic, it's like you want to shake someone and say, don't you realize what's happening? Don't you see that if you carry on, you're going to kill yourself and you're going to harm all the people that you care about? Don't you get it? We want to do that. And it's actually not helpful. And so I really encourage people to do whatever they can to signal that they are really listening to the other, even if it's a view that is very contentious, very difficult, very problematic, maybe incorrect, to be able to let people feel listened to and understood, and then invited, would you be open to a different perspective on this? Or would you be open if I were to share a different perspective with you on this?
It's humanizing the issue. I think that we've got stuck in such a polarizing language, and we use facts and logic and graphs, and we're trying to convince people with this reasoning and logic, but we're missing the human, like actually the listening part, or talking to their heart, or that what they value.
It's not about persuading. It's not about convincing. It's really about engaging. It's really about it's about relating.